what happened to Tucker Carlson? He came out recently sharing an intimate story of being mauled by demonic entities. Why did he get attacked? Was it because he was being punished for leaving the Kabbalistic mainstream media networks? He no longer consented to be their slave, their minion? The payout was no longer worth it? He also created other ventures to shed light on so much darkness, recently releasing the documentary called A Line in the Sand. Chances are pretty high that he was given a false spiritual contract or a contract of omission with the dark side. This happens all the time. Tucker's consciousness probably started to feel off, like something wasn't right. He started to ask questions, and the dark side does not like that. And if you've ever worked with me, you know that I quiz those demonic entities so that we can all learn with the intention of helping humanity, because knowledge is power. Tucker started to create an inner awareness that woke him up. The dark side thought that they owned him. But the truth is they don't. They don't own any of us. And this is why intentionally creating a healthy soul is pivotal. A strong and healthy soul becomes incorruptible and filled with love. And here's another food for thought item. Was Tucker maybe a plant for the light side? Is it possible that he agreed to do this with the intention of exposing the dark side even before his current incarnation? In my world, there's no such thing as no such thing. In those moments, Tucker was able to break free and literally see the light, and he put a spiritual stake in the ground. The dark side wanted him back, except that Tucker regained his soul's sovereignty, and that takes courage. When he broke free, he also woke up the sleeping masses right along with him. And these attacks usually happen when we sleep at night because the energy is calmer and more accessible for the unseen energetic world. It doesn't always have to be at night. In fact, I remember being attacked in the middle of the day at a Trader Joe's parking lot. I was pushed so hard and no one was around me that I fell face first and I karate chopped the curb with my hand and I broke it. I can also relate to what Tucker was speaking about. Those types of injuries happened to me a lot, especially in the beginning. I once woke up with injuries associated with stigmata. I had cuts on my wrists, feet, and nails, and I had blood dripping from my forehead from a crown of thorns that was placed on me, but it was never physical. It was meant to instill fear and get me to quit this timeline for my potential future. So, why did Tucker's dogs and wife not move or notice? These dark beings can etherically drug them so they don't wake up, and they can even teleport them through walls and doors. I once watched a Belgian Malinois, those are some serious dogs, get picked up and physically moved outside his home by demonic forces. When something like that happens, it can heighten our fears and make us question our sanity. And then, if we discuss it with the wrong people or weak people, we become the villains. We become ostracized. These weak people are unwitting puppets to the dark side. Tucker kept silent about this for a long time. He had to analyze the experience. He needed to process these events, and he needed to know God was on his side. There are many types of light and dark entities on our planets. Both have political hierarchies, even the angelic realms do. Over the past several years, various species of dark entities have begun to join forces. Many times, the Greys are the brokers in these situations. The dark side tried to take out Tucker through a conglomeration of nefarious beings. The one who clawed him is considered to be lower ranking. They're physically more powerful than their bosses, but they're not as smart. And I don't want to call out the nefarious species that harmed him because I don't want to give them our fears. I don't want to give them anything. They feed off of our emotions. Our planet and humanity are at pivotal points in our history right now. There are so many people out there whose emotions override their free will, and this is a form of mind control. It's real, and nobody can break you of it but you, and that's probably what happened to Tucker. I recently released 2 books on this subject, and the links are below. What happened to Tucker was very real. He is not alone. The dark side is working overtime to divide us. We need to remain centered in love and never stop questioning or learning. And friends, knowledge is power.